Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Are you looking for a D&D podcast with a dark side? Something more like Game of Thrones and less like Monty Python? Tale of the Manticore is part dark fantasy audio drama, part solo D&D RPG. There's no plot armor here. The dice make all the important decisions. Join me as I resurrect the excitement, wonder, and emotion of old-school D&D. Made for a mature audience, Tale of the Manticore is both a fiction and a game. It's the story where chaos rolls.
Steel your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
So while they were discussing that, heading on down to the library and the lab, Aleister, you did arrive in the library, and what are you doing?
Is Hastings there?
Oh yeah, totally.
Hello, Hastings.
Oh, hey, Aleister.
I have been trying to do some research on my own, using my own resources, but apparently they are woefully insufficient. So...
Oh, well, we have everything here.
I am hoping that is true. What resources do you have concerning the King in Yellow?
Oh, this seems to be a very hot topic today. Yes, you're seeking information on the King in Yellow. I heard you had a run-in with him, the Tattered King.
Yes.
Aleister.
In particular, I would be interested in any things that might have something to do with Tulsha as well. Preferably the two of them.
Oh, they're enemies. They are trying to reach the same goal and are killing their minions and trying to kill each other through I don't even know how long, as long as time itself.
And what of the King in Yellow's nature? It was said that he does not lie.
Yes, that is correct. It is very, what he tells you is exactly what he says.
Yes.
At least you can take some comfort in that,
yes,
I guess.
But at the same time, the truth can be very misleading. And I am supposing that there are probably at least a few references to some such instances.
Sadly, there's not. I've searched all over. He has been... Aleister has been very, very troubling for us and past members.
In what way exactly?
Well, he has turned allegiances around with promises of a better life,
and
among other things.
What happened to those that he turned?
They tried to betray us.
And? Certainly that's not the end of the story.
Many of them are dead by our hands.
And what of the ones that were not?
Well, you're looking at one.
So, were you successful in his lures? Was there something that he had promised that never came to fruition?
Oh, I never went with his deal. Our job here is more important than any desires I may have.
So then you never turned away.
Yes, did I get that backwards?
I'm curious about the ones who broke their allegiance, and you said that not all were actually killed by your hands. What may have happened to the ones that were not?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'll speak more plainly.
So they broke their allegiance with the agency and went with trying to help out the King in Yellow.
The way that it was stated kind of insinuated that most were killed by the agency, but that implies that there were some that were not.
Well, some we don't know what happened to them after they got away. They may not be in this world anymore, or they may still be. I don't know. But when they tried to steal the silver key and take it to Aleister, we had to eliminate them.
And so the ones that disappeared never had the key?
No, but we don't know what happened to them. We don't know if they're still alive. We don't know if they are still working for Aleister. We don't know if they're even in this existence anymore.
Do you happen to have any books on the subject, particularly perhaps anecdotal concerning deals with the King in Yellow?
Yes. Those of us that have resisted the King, we have kept history of our encounters with him, the best to our knowledge that we were able to maintain the conversations that we had with him, and what little we know on the members that were turned away from the agency. Sadly, we just have a list of names and not really any information involving their encounter and what they were seeking from the King.
Additionally, do you maybe have any anecdotal accounts of encounters with Tulsha?
He is a bit more out of reach as far as information goes. I imagine that yours and Evangeline's research is probably the best research that is on Tulsha. But we do have knowledge of artifacts that are tied to Tulsha. We have also recorded the incident with Evangeline and the unfortunate incident with you when you encountered Tulsha. When the cultists, they summoned him and ended up burning an entire block.
Well,
but that's really all we have on Tulsha. He doesn't have a tether to this world like Aleister does. And it seems that Aleister wants to be tethered to all of them. That's why he seeks the silver key. I imagine Tulsha is after the same thing, so he can be tethered.
So what is this key? Is it simply a way of connecting to other existences?
Yes, in a way, as well as other times.
See.
Our best understanding is that there is infinite universes, and the silver key is the key between all of them. But there may be more than one. We only have one. It may not even be in this universe, it may be in others, but we have one, and me personally, it has traveled through quite a few. Or not through me, but my observation.
I am told that there is to be a meeting.
Yes, tomorrow morning.
I suppose this is in relation to our encounter.
Yes, it is. From your encounter with the King in Yellow.
Yes, I thought as much.
So, Victor was coming to the library, right?
Yes, he was.
Okay, Victor arrives in the library, like right at the end of that exchange.
Hastings, Alexander.
Whether it's done or not, I don't know. But yeah, go ahead.
Hastings, Aleister. We may have to have that meeting sooner than planned. And then, I'm assuming that I still have the flyer. I took it back from Julian.
Yeah, I gave it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm like, see? I just sort of hand it to Hastings. Let him.
What is this?
I found
He
this
grabs it with his
outside
tail.
a couple of days ago. It looks like they're putting the play on tonight.
Oh, this is very troubling. Yes, we have to organize now. Where is Julian?
He went to go tell Fiona. Are the other leadership team of the DDA available?
Are the Avengers here?
Yes, we can. Yes, come with me. We will stop by the lab and get Julian and Fiona.
Cool.
And we will convene in our offices. Well, you'll see. But
How big is the elevator? Is it like a freight elevator? It fits all of us.
How big does it need to be at any given time?
So Julian or Aleister, were you going to react to it at all?
I'm just
Aleister?
going to keep quiet about it.
Yeah, so I said Aleister, right? Okay. Julian, you arrive in the lab with Fiona.
Hey, Fiona, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was speaking with Hastings earlier this morning. My colleagues and I have come across a startling turn of events, I guess. There's a play that is going on in Darkwell, and it's related to the Yellow King, the King in Yellow. Keep fucking that up.
I was going to say, that's part of
It's okay.
Julian's character, isn't it? Fucking up names.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the King in Yellow. It's
The Yeller King.
no, no. Only drunk Julian and Manrose know. Well, actually, technically, you know too. I guess.
Victor knows. Victor heard you. You probably don't remember the encounter, but Victor does.
But would you
Yeah.
be smart enough to know that that was me just being drunk, or that's how we actually talk?
I'm pretty sure you were very obviously drunk if, who was it? Aleister said that you stunk.
Yeah,
Victor knows what alcohol smells like if he brews his own.
it's true. That's true. But I was just like, it's like maybe he's like, oh, maybe this is what he actually sounds like.
Yeah, Victor probably would have thought on it a little bit because he was upset from that encounter because he was...
Oh, what's going on, Julian? Like what's the problem?
We encountered an agent of the King in Yellow when we were at the hospital trying to find Gerbo. I believe it's not a coincidence that there's going to be a play related to him happening shortly after those events. I don't know what's going to happen, but no good's going to come of this.
You said there's the play?
Yes.
When?
Victor handed me a flyer. It said it was tonight.
What the hell? Okay. Yeah, we gotta get everybody together. Yeah, y'all were waiting on the elevator. Yeah, I was worried about you guys. You guys, y'all had dread. I understand. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better now. Shit. I've been so busy in here. I don't think anybody else has been outside the DDA for at least 2 weeks. Or at least out in Darkwell. We completely missed this. How old's that flyer?
I don't know. It's the first I've heard of it, but I also haven't been outside the agency for some time.
This ain't good. This ain't good at all. The elevator's open and everybody's in the elevator from the library, and Julian and Fiona also get into the elevator with everybody else, and she's like, let me see that flyer.
Oh, yeah.
She reads it.
Here you go.
New owners. New director, new cast. What? Oh, man, this...
Gertie's career is ruined. I'm sorry. She was the leading lady.
We got to find out who this new owner is.
Now she's the bleeding lady.
Ooh. Y'all traveled down for quite a while. Hastings and Fiona are pretty quiet. You could tell that they're very uneasy. And the door opens and you're in a very open area. Like, you don't see any walls. It's very expansive, and it's a very bright room, white. Alexander and Sarah, they seem to like materialize in front of you, and Alexander goes, What's the emergency? What's going on? I thought we were meeting tomorrow morning. Oh, yes. These our new members, they found a flyer. They encountered Aleister, and somebody's putting on the play, The King in Yellow, tonight. Oh, that's not good at all. What information do you three have?
Victor, yes, we were at the hospital, and I'm not proud to say it, but I met a colleague of mine from Arkham. His name was Edwin North. He managed to continue the research that I was advancing over at the university to create combination of flesh and metal constructs. It sounds like he was working for an agent of the King in Yellow. We managed to subdue him and took it upon myself to burn any remaining evidence of the experiment so no one else could replicate what happened. We were generally scarred by the encounter, or at least some of us were. It took us several days to try to right ourselves, and Victor went outside and came across this. Just motioned to Victor.
Yeah, when I went to visit someone, I found this flyer, and it said that they're putting that play on tonight. And I had been researching the last couple days in the crypts trying to find more information about the King in Yellow. So when I walked by it, it just caught my eye. And I wasn't aware enough to bring it to everyone's attention before now. So I'm so sorry.
No. Don't be sorry.
You've only just doomed us all.
No. We have, all 4 of us have encountered similar situations to your own. Don't be sorry for succumbing to dread. The best of us have all experienced it. We know ahead of time. At least we may be able to stop this. But we can't just go in and blow the theater up. We have to find out who's leading this. If we find out who's leading this, that may offer us a lot of information to putting a stop to this madness going on in Darkwell. All the missing people. But we have to find a way to stop the play and make it look like an accident. Because we don't want to let on to the public that something's going on. But we can't let the play happen, or else the public will go mad and start murdering each other.
I do know one other thing. I don't know if it's related to the play, but it might be related to the King in Yellow. My friend told me that there have been crypt folk missing the last few days. A good number of them have disappeared, and no one really knows where.
This is the first sign that crypt folk have been touched by any of this. Yeah, this is troubling. He looks over to Sarah. They're trying to break the seal. And you all hear Sarah in your head. Yeah, it seems that you 3 will have to do this on your own. The 4 of us are going to have to stay here and maintain the seal's strength. Or else you will have no chance of stopping this.
There was a goblin in the crypt. When I went to try to find out more information, and I saw a ritual of some kind, and the goblin was the only one that survived it. Do you know what that is? Is that related to keeping the seal safe?
You hear Sarah. Yes, there is a seal. It's connected to Darkwell in particular. It is the only thing that is keeping this planet alive and from being overrun by every unimaginable creature out there beyond space and time itself. But yes, I do know about that incident. His colleagues did sacrifice themselves to keep the seal strong where they were. But sadly, he was murdered before he could offer his life for the strength of the seal, and the seal was broken. And that world no longer exists. Well, not in the sense of what we consider existing. So, do y'all have a plan?
Find out next time on Microphones and Monsters.
Well, it seems that though we were taking some downtime, things were heating up in our absence. Maybe we should have been more aware of our surroundings, but perhaps there is nothing to really be done about it. We were able to at least see a little more into what happened in the DDA previously, even if they are still being very guarded about it. I still think there is a lot they are not telling me. I'm not entirely sure if I can trust them. Fortunately, though, Victor and Julian have both gotten over their dread, so I suppose they won't be completely useless. Unlike those 4 veteran members of the DDA who still seem to be reluctant to help at best and hiding something at worst. Or maybe I'm underestimating just how bad it could be. In any case, all of this feels like it is all coming to a head of sorts. Even if we managed to get away from the King in Yellow before, it seems he is not done with us. And I think things will get worse before they're able to get better. In any case, I don't know that we can allow this play to go on. It seems that it will not be good for anyone involved. So we will need to figure out some sort of plan. I mean, perhaps we already have. Perhaps one of the other 2 has come up with a plan thus far. Perhaps it's fruitless trying to think of a plan. Perhaps the best plan is no plan at all. Additionally, if the King in Yellow truly can read your inner thoughts, then maybe a plan is not the way to go at all. In any case, whatever happens, we all know that I shall endure on, even if the others do not. So I can't help but feel at least slightly detached, as I do not have as much stake into this as the others do. But I suppose it all comes back to the playhouse, where it all began. It's almost like some kind of pre-written theming that brings a story arc to full circle. Perhaps you'd like to comment on that arc. Tell us what you think. Tell us how you feel about how the story has gone, or maybe if you have any questions for us, or maybe you'd like to see what our plans are. You can always check us out at microphonesandmonsters.com, where we have links to all of our podcatchers and links to all of our social media. As always, all music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei of Fallen Highway Studios. Thank you for listening in, and I hope you join us next time for Microphones and Monsters.